1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Hang on. Jackie Loeb. Brett Nichols.
Going for a drive, do a little gig, then drive back with the chat. It's called the debrief. It's called the debrief. It's called the debrief. It's called the debrief. It's called the debrief.
Anyway, welcome to the Debrief. It's Dave O'Neill. I'm in Tuncurry Foster with Brett Nichols and Jackie Loeb. Firstly, we'll talk to Brett first. Hello, Brett.
Hello, Dave.
Have I met you before?
We've never met except for tonight.
And we did the great Lakeside Festival.
Lakeside Laughs.
And how was it?
Well, it was fun. It wasn't a bad gig, but it wasn't a great gig.
Yeah, but it was sort of, big, like a bowling club, but like an RSL, basically.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah. And how long have you been doing comedy?
22 years.
Now, the most interesting thing that I've learned about you is that you grew up in somewhere quite obscure.
Lord Howe Island, yeah.
So Lord Howe, where is that near Norfolk?
Lord Howe is east of, say, like Port Macquarie, about 500 k's out.
Wow.
And it is populated by 400 residents. And in summertime, because it's subtropical, so that in summertime we get about 400 tourists or, non-residents.
It must have been hard becoming a comedian on Lord Howe Island.
I was a undiscovered comedian on Lord Howe Island. And
is there a pub in Lord Howe Island?
There's a bowling club.
But you didn't do a gig there?
Oh, I have since, but I didn't do any before.
Wow, you went back and did a gig there?
No. Yeah, I go back and do gigs all the time.
Really?
Yeah, got to pay for the holiday.
And how's it go?
Yeah, good. Yeah, some they all come, some you get
10, 20 people.
Yeah, 40 people maybe.
What's the population again?
400.
Wow, that's incredible. How many gigs have you done on Lord Howe Island?
Oh, probably about a dozen.
Wow. Yeah. And do you do specific Lord Howe Island stuff?
I do about 3 minutes.
yeah. What's going on with the shop here?
Yeah. Oh, it's not that hard because just about every person in the crowd, so you just talk. You can always talk about something.
What was it like growing up there?
It's good. I went to boarding school.
Oh, but not on Lord Howe Island. No, you went to boarding school in Sydney.
From Lord Howe, yeah, in Campbelltown. So that was
Campbelltown?
Yeah.
What boarding school's in Campbelltown?
St. Greg's, Maris Brothers.
Oh, okay, right.
I can't talk about it anymore.
No, say no more. Jackie Loeb's here. Give the mic to Jackie. Jackie.
Hello.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I would say safely about 2 decades, possibly.
We both worked on Full Frontal.
We did.
I was a writer. And how many years did you do that for?
I would safely say 1 year.
Yeah, you're like Kitty Flanagan.
I think it was. I would have liked to do multiple years, but for some reason it was only 1 year.
Yeah, people came and went in that show.
I didn't want to went. I wanted to come.
What year was that?
It was 1996, and I remember they had one of the producers or talent scouts. I used to do this comedy gig with Julia and Kitty and a host of other female comedians. It was called, I don't know, but it was on at Balmain, and every Tuesday we'd go and do this gig, and I remember one of the producers came, and next thing I know, Kitty and Julia were on Full Frontal, which is a really big deal getting on a sketch comedy show back then.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I was heartbroken. And then just randomly, one of the producers called me and said, we'd like to meet with you and talk with you about being on the show. And that was probably like 2 years later.
So Julia lasted. Kitty didn't last.
I don't know what their journeys were beyond Full Frontal or why they chose to. I think if they left, it was certainly because they wanted to leave.
Kitty went to England and did the sketch show.
That's right. She did too.
Julia was there for ages.
Was she? I can't remember.
Yeah, no, Julia Morris was part of the 4 years, I reckon.
Right. Oh, okay.
So what year was it? 96?
I was there in 96. I think.
That's the middle of Full Frontal because I started in 93 in the first year.
I know is I didn't get to go to the Logies. That's what I remember. when I joined, it was like the Logies were on, and one of the producers came up to me and said, "I'm really sorry, Jackie, but we have to give a ticket to Francis." Francis Greenslade, who wasn't in the current episode, the current series that I was on. And after I left, even though it was nominated for, I was going to say an Emmy, you've nominated for an Emmy at the Logies
occasionally.
I still didn't get to go. So that's my only.
That's hurtful.
That was hurtful that I didn't get to go.
Well, Yeah, I could be also looking at you tonight. You're a perfect comic for Full Frontal because you can do imitations.
I wouldn't say I'm a great impersonator, but it's
But what,
finding
there
a
were
little.
no females.
Oh, well, there was Gina Riley, who was amazing.
Oh,
like I
yeah,
can't
of
even say
course.
my name in the same sentence as
come
hers
on,
because
you
she's
can.
in a league of her
you
own.
just did.
I guess so. I guess you're right.
Yeah, but listening to your Macy Gray and all that
Oh
stuff tonight.
God, it's time to well, the new generation that come to see comedy don't know a lot of the singers that I do. But the reason I do that one song where I impersonate maybe 5 or 6.
Oh, Tracy Chapman, she's come back.
Yes, but these people are not in the psyche of a lot of young people that come to shows.
Yeah,
I've been doing my We Are the World song for I'd say a long time. But I always try and update the singers. So I've got Sia in there and I've got Lady Gaga. But it's really hard to find distinctive qualities of
Taylor
contemporaries.
Swift?
Well, I
Yeah.
want to do Taylor Swift, but there's nothing, not saying she's got a lovely voice and she's a brilliant songwriter, but there's nothing really distinctive about a voice that I can extract.
Yeah, right. But, I don't do crowds where there's young people a lot. Often, like tonight, they're old. Well, they were older than us.
I think you'll find they were my age.
I'm 60, so they were my age and up, and there were a few young people, maybe 50s and 40s, and 2 young girls, but they were helping on the door.
So they don't
Faith
count.
and
They put the show together,
Yeah,
but they don't count.
they don't
They're the
count.
reason we had an audience.
But so I find most of the crowds I do are older anyway, so your stuff would kill.
Well, I have these, preconceived ideas with, you walk into a room and because they're my age or old, I think, yes, this everything's going to land, everything's going to resonate. But it's often not the case. And I feel like it's actually when if I'm doing a gig at 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday, the oldies aren't there. It's the 20-year-olds that are there. And I'm always feel like it's a bit daunting. It's not going to resonate. But they're really open to hearing different opinions and voices. Like, I think I actually prefer the younger audiences.
Really?
And they're less they're kind of precious, but then they're okay about, like, I don't want to say being attacked, but having their character
taken down.
Yes.
Yeah, I prefer older crowds, but I don't do many. I did 2 year 12 groups maybe 2 years ago, and I remember saying to my partner, never again, because they're the worst audience. Because they're all trying to be cool and the teacher's booked you because she's a fan. No, the kids know who you are. They don't give a shit. I remember my son was the same age, and he went to the high school down the road from this one. He goes, "Don't embarrass yourself, Dad." They were the last words. And I tell you what, I embarrassed myself at that bloody high school gig. It's awful.
Yeah.
But you lived in America.
I did.
No
lived
Lord
there.
Howe Island, let me say.
No, Lord Howe. I think I would have preferred Lord Howe Island. No, LA was amazing. I was there for 13 years.
Wow.
And wasted a lot of time there. I love going to the supermarket. That was my main focus.
That was very funny when you talked about doing Old Bar.
Well, exploring all the different brands that they have there. But LA's not the place you want to grow old. It's not designed.
They don't like old
There's
people.
not the
No.
infrastructure.
No, unless
for
you're
someone,
Ted Danson. Apart from that,
someone like that of that caliber. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I made some beautiful friends. Why did you go to LA? Oh, because I wanted to make new friends.
But a lot of people try. Remember when Tony Perrin and someone else from E Street went?
Yes.
And they would write every week in.
I do remember the TV Week.
Yeah,
Yes,
TV
yes.
Week, and the stories just got more depressing. Like the first ones were like going to auditions. I auditioned for 90210. It's so exciting. Then it's eventually, we working in a bar. She got approached to be a hostess, but it turned out it was like a weird set. Oh, I don't know. And you feel like,
there's great stories to be told. It's
Tony, just come home. Don't worry about it.
Well, I appreciate her efforts and I understand how difficult. It's not easy. Anyone tells you that. But then I meet people that, like I was, there for 13 years. Oh, and you meet people that are like, I'm doing this show. I've got this meeting. I'm going to. It was like, what freaking meeting? Where's my meeting?
Yeah. But you must have had some meetings.
But then what constitutes a meeting? You can meet another actor in a cafe, and that can be a meeting.
Well, but you were in one of my favourite shows. Better Things.
That's right. Look, that was a real. That was amazing getting that. Because
we've got to tell people what that is.
Well,
that
it's this amazing show written and directed by Pamela.
Adlon?
Yes, her. And it was for. I didn't get the script beforehand, so I had no idea what the context. I had like a couple of lines. So I remember the lines were, something about she was racist. That's all I knew. but I didn't know how it fit into the rest of the show. But all my friends were there because, you go to a new country, of course you're going to gravitate towards other Australians. And so there are about 20 people there, all...
At the audition?
Yes, all Australians.
Tony
I
Perrin.
Tony Perrin, I think, she wasn't there. I think she's probably a bit younger than me, so she wasn't there.
Sarah Snook. I'm trying to think about famous
she wasn't
Australian
there. But I would
actresses.
say anyone over 45 was there.
Julia Morris moved to LA for a while. Remember that?
Yeah, I caught up with her. I moved
Yeah.
too. I copied off her and thought, I want to do that
And
too.
you know what? The best advice she said she got? Some manager guy said, "Hey, someone told me you were like big in Australia." And she's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I reckon you should go back there." She said it was the best advice she had. Well, you can have a crack. But anyway, okay, so you went to the audition.
Yes, and there were all my friends and
Yep.
acquaintances were there, and I got the job, and it felt really
That's
good getting the
amazing.
job.
'Cause
It's
when
really hard to get a job.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't say, obviously, I don't think people understand how competitive it is and how good people are. People are hungry. People are in classes every week doing script work and script analysis and acting for the camera and spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on acting classes. Even they may have gone to university and done a degree, they're still in classes. And I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm spending another cent on a class. I'm still paying off my HECS debt. I'm not doing a class. So yeah, people are really hungry for it and really committed. And being Australian, I'm like, I couldn't be bothered.
Yeah,
I may
yeah,
or may not learn the lines of just show up and
13
see what happens.
years is a long time.
It was a long time, and it was interesting because I had it took me 7 years when I moved over there to get a voiceover agent. Finally got a reputable voiceover agent. Took me 2 years to book a job, but when I booked a job, it was a really good job.
Yeah,
And
right.
I had that job for a year, which was amazing.
What was that?
On a animation called Trash Truck, playing an Australian rat. And it was typecast. And
Yeah.
it was what's his Max Keane, his father. They're a whole family of animators. They've done those amazing Disney animations, and so that was amazing doing that. And I thought, fantastic! Now that I've done a Daytime Emmy nominated animation, this will catapult me into the next thing. And it just didn't. It's really weird. And I had gigs like that. Like I'd have one-off gigs, like big gigs working with like big comics. And you'd occasionally get a standing ovation, or you get really well received. And you think, okay, here's the career trajectory. It's coming. So it's where we're meant to
Sorry,
turn.
I just drove
No,
past
that's
that
all right.
motel. I'll
But
drive up here. I'll turn around.
it's just really weird. Like
Sometimes
the
it just
momentum.
didn't connect. I know what you mean. Brutal.
It's brutal, but it was great. It was great.
Oh, great experience. So better things. So you turn up on the set.
I turn up on the
For
set.
people that don't know, it's about a single mum, Pamela Adlon, who
Yes.
is famous for being the voice in King of the Hill of Bobby.
That's right.
And also, she was Louis C.K.'s
That's love interest or something.
friend.
Yeah, something like
and then
that.
she, of course, distanced herself.
Oh,
and he helped set up Better Things.
Oh, he did? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have boycotted it.
No, look, he'd gone by the time you got on.
Yeah, there we go.
So she's amazing. Pamela Adlon, she plays herself basically with three sort of teenagery. They started off younger, they became teenagers, didn't they? Frankie and kids.
Yes.
And set in LA, and so it's half sort of family life, but also half sort of showbiz stuff, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And the cast are amazing.
Amazing.
The
show.
mum, incredible.
How do you write and direct something?
I know, and so
simultaneously? And how
tell
do you
us.
act in something
I'm
at the
so
same time?
because it was one of my favourite shows. My wife loved it too, and my daughter, who's 19, so it was appropriate. But she would talk about she loved the kids in it because she's a teenager. But so what happened when you talk us through the whole thing?
Okay, so you arrive
and then we'll
on
go
set.
through Lord Howe Island. What happened when you
arrive
arrived?
on set, and then people thought I was a background actor, so I was sent to the wrong thing.
Oh yeah.
And not to minimise background actors, they're amazing and they help tell the story.
Yeah.
So credit to
Is that
background
extras,
actors. Yeah,
basically?
it's just a
Extras?
fancy word. Yeah. So then. And then
Get a
you
car.
sit and wait for hours, and then you go to catering and try not to get your costume dirty.
Right.
And that's pretty much the extent. And you bond with the other actor you're doing your scene with, and then you forget their name as soon as you leave. And
Because you're in a party scene.
we were outside waiting for our kids, and I had
That's
an American
right.
husband, and then Pamela's like, blah, 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 and then I say something racist, and then I tried to nuance it and make it a little bit longer. So I added a breath at the end, so I'd get more screen time.
I was
added
so
a
excited
breath.
when you came on.
Thank you. I was excited. I was
I said,
really
"That's
excited to
Jack.
be on it.
I know her. Yeah, we were very impressed.
Oh,
That is a
thank
great
you,
series,
Dave.
and
Thank you. It was lots of fun.
we recommend that highly.
It's time for a new credit though.
Check
That was like 2019.
So what? I'm still saying Spicks and Specs.
I'm still
That's my-
saying a friend of mine always makes fun of me because you'll see a gig and it's promoted with full frontals,
Yeah,
Jackie
yeah,
Loeb. That's
yeah, no
like
worries.
30 years ago.
Oh, I said hey. I was on hey a fair bit. So hey. It's the Nugget, the movie I was in was 20 years ago. I mentioned it tonight on stage. Mate, you're a big fan of the Nugget, are you, mate? Anyway, so when did you move back here, Jackie?
I moved back a year ago now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's time to come home.
Yeah.
Time to come home.
You've got
and
relatives here, I assume.
I've got my beautiful family
Yeah.
here. I've got the lovely Coles near me coming home for a supermarket. I've got the gigs I've been doing for 30 years and I'm getting paid the same rate for. It's time to
It
come
is
back
funny
and do
how
that.
those pub gigs in big towns like Melbourne City just...
No.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the Manly boat shed closed down.
Yes, that was sad.
I never did it, but I walked past it once when I was doing a corporate gig there. And I went, oh my God. And I heard good and bad things about that room.
It was...
Yeah.
It was very, like, I'd have really, really good gigs there, and then I'd have gigs where I just wanted security escort to my car. Like, there was nothing in between.
Yeah, right.
And the feng shui, it was very dark in there, and the ceiling was very low, and it was just felt a little bit claustrophobic in there. But it's sad losing a comedy venue. It was a bit of an institution, and...
Hang on a sec.
It was the longest running one in Sydney, I think.
Yeah, right. Oh, Gary X started it. The legend that is. He started when I started.
Should I pass the mic to...
No, I'll talk to you for a bit longer.
Oh, okay,
I'm
sorry.
very intrigued by... So you've come back.
I've come back and I'm
And-
starting from scratch. And this year's comedy festival was called Second Crack, and it was all about trying to make it big in Marrickville after 13 years in LA. It's hard to make it
Was
big
this
in
in
Marrickville.
Sydney Comedy Festival?
This is the Sydney Comedy Festival.
Yeah,
not in any time soon.
I've
no.
never done the Sydney Comedy Festival. I've done the Melbourne one 20 times.
I
I've never done
don't
Sydney.
do Melbourne because it's just not
expensive.
affordable.
Yeah.
By the time you factor in,
right.
who thought they were getting a podcast all about finance?
Oh, no, people don't care.
No,
Sorry.
no.
If they
I-
listen this far, they're into it.
I do Sydney because it's doable.
Yeah, you live there.
I live there.
That's why I do Melbourne.
Yeah, I mean, I did Edinburgh in 2005 during a time where the exchange rate was so bad. I lost $40,000. I don't know where I got $40,000, to be honest. I was like in my early 30s. I have no
Yeah,
idea
right.
where I had it, but you take an ad out in the guide,
Yeah.
and that was like 1,800 Australian dollars. It was like I was paying about 12 Australian dollars for, I don't know, a piece of toast.
I've never done it, but yeah, sounds hard.
It was really hard, but
Sounds
it was
like
great.
Adelaide, but worse.
It was great because there were people there from all over the world,
Yeah.
and I've got other gear. I got to go to where did I go? Somewhere in Southeast Asia, and
Oh,
that
wow.
was fun. So a bit of work generated a little bit of work, and then I stupidly went back again 2 years later and only lost $20,000.
Gee.
So that's why I don't
Oh,
own anything.
No, but surely you'd be up for TV stuff here now.
You'd
for
like
acting.
to think. Well, when I got back, actually, I was surprised. I booked 2 TV commercials
Yeah.
in a month, and prior to that, I hadn't booked a TV commercial
Oh,
for
wow.
18 years. So I don't want to have to wait another 18
What are
years.
we advertising?
Australian lamb, big lamb ad. That was
saw that?
fun.
Yep, good ad, Jack. Well done.
They're always. I'd love to take credit for writing the ad, but I didn't. I just said something stupid.
You auditioned?
You should have
What happened?
You should have been in it.
Didn't get it.
You should have definitely been in that.
You would play a classic dad kind of, or country dad.
I always get cast as dad, but I've got a twin brother, so I'm competing with him too. He's an actor.
Is your brother an actor?
He's got about 5 ads this year. I've got nothing.
What's his name? Mark. Is he famous or? No, he's just a jobbing actor. Is he a comic?
Not a comic. No.
Not funny. Not funny. Wow, it's incredible. Okay. Let's talk about the gig. Okay, I ask these questions to everyone, so you can both answer them separately. This is what I do on the debrief because it's called the debrief. What went well tonight and why? You can answer first if you want.
What went well? They were up for it. I don't think they were savvy, comedy savvy. They haven't been to many gigs, but they were there for a good night. It was good.
And you did it last year.
I did it, yeah, the other place at
Because we're in Tuncurry Forster, which is near Taree. It's on the coast above Newcastle. What went well, Jackie? For you?
Sandwiches. The anticipation of the sandwiches. Now, when I got our
They were
worksheet,
good.
when I
They
got the
were
call
good.
sheet,
They
and
were
the gentleman who booked us all said there'd be
Desmond.
drinks and sandwiches, I was like, I can't wait. So the sandwiches didn't disappoint. In terms of the performance, what went well? I don't know. I find it really hard to gauge. Like, I'll come off stage and have absolutely no idea how it went.
You did well.
I
You both
find
did
it
well.
really hard to gauge.
Well, it was kind of, there were people yelling out. It was a big room. It was like
It was boomy.
Pete, people yelling out, pretending to be Pete. There was all sorts of weird stuff going on. It was like, well, okay, the next question is, what didn't go well? As I shove the mic in your face.
I broke the microphone somehow.
Yes, you hit it. Tell us about that.
I usually theatrically just go like that, but this time tonight I hit it a bit harder and just popped. And that was it.
Yeah, and you had to run off stage.
Get another one, and then that wouldn't work. So I thought I'd somehow broken them both. And then the guy must have just switched over the channels or something.
But did you see the guy come backstage, the sound guy in the break, and he got it, and he just hit it with his hands several times, and it started working. Then he goes Chinese stuff. What didn't go well for you?
I think there was a little interaction I had with someone in the audience where I ask her name and I don't give her a chance to reply.
Oh, that was
and
funny.
I say I've lost
yeah.
interest, and everyone laughs. And then when I went back to ask her name, she said, "Well, no, because you said you weren't interested."
Oh,
and
God.
she won. I had nothing to say after that. I just had to admit defeat and just let it go.
My other question is, any organisational hazards get in the way in terms of the room, the lighting, the sound? Well, you had the mic. Anything else?
The toilet was on the other side of the stage, so you had to creep through the back where all the props were with no light. And then I go for a piss about 18 times before a gig. So.
Yes, and also, and I just in the break just walked across the stage, and when I can't be bothered, and no one even cared, no one even looked up. What about you? Any organisational hazards, Jackie?
I found it really hard because I've got an injury at the moment, Dave.
You
I've got
have?
a terrible injury. I got in a fight with someone online.
You got a hand.
No, I bashed my hand by accident. I found it really difficult manoeuvring the microphone, trying to put it back in the mic stand with one hand.
Did you comment about your injury, or
I didn't. I usually
No.
do, but I just
It's
want
a
to
big
get,
room.
I
It's
just
a
want
big
to get,
room.
and I thought they don't give a shit about my hand.
no? How can we do better next time?
A few more people, and maybe trying to introduce a few younger people.
What do you think, Jackie?
I thought you were going to say try and introduce some younger comics. I thought not over my
Oh,
dead
well,
body.
we could.
That's going to
We
happen.
could. Don't do
I
that.
already feel invisible. How could it have been improved? I think we were talking about this backstage, maybe starting a little bit earlier.
Alan Briggs, the MC, did a
I
great job.
plagiarised. That's a direct
Yeah, I was going to say it
plagiarism.
too. Don't worry.
Yes.
Start at 7:30 or even 7 because they all retired, and by the time I got on it was 9:45. That's late. They've watched the late news or the footy and they're falling asleep. So I think you're right. Let's start earlier.
Start
earlier.
Earlier.
Anyway, what a great festival, Lakeside Festival,
So good.
and
do you know, can I plug
Yeah.
Jessica has
Great
actually
job.
won a state award for this festival. She beat out, in terms of community engagement.
she's the organizer.
She beat Vivid. Vivid
Wow,
is
Vivid.
a huge
Huge.
festival, lighting festival
Yeah,
in
I know
Sydney.
Vivid.
And
Wow.
she was in Sydney just recently, and she
Good on
won this
her.
amazing award.
She did a great job, and
It's
tomorrow they've
amazing.
got bands on, and they've got who's the headliner?
Did you say
1927.
19?
1927, who had two big hits. Anyone remember them?
Yes,
Uh,
the big picture.
is that it? Hang on. If I could.
Yes.
If I could.
Yes.
If I could.
Yes.
If I could. Go on, give it to us. Go on. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Are you going to stick around, Jackie?
No, I want to. I'm going to go to the music festival tomorrow.
Good on you.
I'm going to look at some.
Hey, more sandwiches.
I'm going to look for sandwiches. I'm going to.
I had a swim. The beach is. I'm from Melbourne, so it's very cold in Melbourne. But here it's 25.
Oh,
It's
wow,
beautiful.
that's quite warm.
And they have those rock pools here, which we don't have a lot of. And it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little town.
I love a swim, but I cut my leg on the muscles or whatever they are. What are the things? Why not? Why?
I've got a mate that died.
Oh.
Hang
It's
on.
going to end well.
No, he was getting out of the surf and he cut his foot. He got sepsis, wouldn't go into the doctor. They amputated everything except one bloody thumb. And then he lived like that for about 5 years and then he died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What the hell? He had one thumb.
They cut off both his hand, like all his fingers there. They cut off his feet because he got this infection and he wouldn't go and see the doctor.
I'd see the doctor.
Yeah, make sure you do.
I got a little cut, but it wasn't.
Yeah, be careful climbing on the seashells.
That's
Yeah, that's
devastating.
That's
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a good mate, but I knew him a long time ago, and then I heard this happen. And it's terrible.
Jeez. No, don't bring it down.
On the last one.
The moral to the story is it's best to stay indoors.
Yeah, kids, don't go to the beach. But no,
Jeez.
you're right. Yeah, no, we won't cut that out. We don't cut anything out. Okay, where can people find you on social media?
I don't really have it, man. I'm on Facebook. That's it.
What's your handle, man? Do you have a handle?
Brett Nichols.
Brett Nichols. And what's your brother called?
Yeah, he's Mark.
And he looks like you. That's amazing. He's an actor.
Identical twin like you are.
My twin's in a totally different world. He works for like 8 organisations. So he does, very good stuff.
Want to hear one more weird thing? Yeah. I had a brother adopted out, an older brother adopted out before I was born, and he just re-entered our family about 5 years ago.
And he's Hugh Jackman. Is he an actor?
No, he's a writer, and he does presentations on ships, and he does a lot of the same shit that we do, and we haven't seen him most of our 45 years. So.
And he looks like you?
He looks like us a bit, but he looks exactly like my dad, and he never even met him.
Wow. That's incredible. How did he get... Was that Ancestry DNA or...
Yeah, he was researching for it because he's a writer. He was researching a biography on this person who lived a long time ago, and he was gathering skills on how to find out stuff. And he thought maybe I should. He knew he was adopted, so he said maybe I should research myself. And he pieced things together and got back to traced it back to Lord Howe and.
Wow. Brett, you know what? You were very quiet in the first bit of this podcast, but you've come through at the end with 2 amazing stories. That's incredible.
I don't know how to top that.
Where's he live?
He's in the Blue Mountains.
Oh, a classic writer place to live. Oh, wow. And how old?
So he's 55, 56.
And your dad had him with another woman and when he was very young or something like that.
He was my full brother.
With your mum? And they just couldn't handle an older child?
That's another podcast that goes for about 3 hours.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Jackie, where can we find... You got any lost brothers or sisters?
I had a cat that went missing when I was 5. Beyond that, that's about as exciting as my life is.
You've got siblings, haven't you?
I do. I have a sister and a brother, and I also have a baby sister who is a baby sister who's 31, and she has a baby, and she.
Oh, so you're a great auntie.
I'm a
you're just auntie. Sorry,
auntie.
just
I'm
auntie.
also a great auntie. I'm also
You're
a great auntie.
You're a fantastic auntie.
Fantastic auntie.
Any of your siblings in show business?
The little sister she's a singer, and she studied music, and she does. Her and her husband perform together, and sing at weddings, and they're amazing. They're beautiful.
You've got a good voice. So you've got an amazing voice.
Thank you. That's very. I know I've had a shit gig.
You haven't had a shit
when
gig.
People come up to me and say,
I say,
you have a lovely voice.
Yeah, your good voice.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
All they say, hey, mate, safe trip home, mate. Yeah, oh, thanks for that. Yeah. Hey, someone said to me at the Dog Food Awards in Bathurst, you were much better than Kitty Flanagan. I said, was I funnier? And the guy goes, oh, no, you just hung around and talked to us. Okay, thanks. Thanks. Kitty just went.
Just be likable. You don't have to be good.
Where can we find you on social media, Jackie?
I'm at
Instagram. Or?
Instagram. I think it's just my name at Jackie Loeb. It's about it. It's about as inventive as I get.
Good enough.
It's good enough.
That's
it's
good
to
enough.
The point.
Thanks, guys, for doing this because I just sprung it on you. You didn't know it was going to happen.
I know. Well, even when we were stationary, I was wearing a seatbelt throughout it in case
very
it got
good.
out of hand.
Very good.
In case it got dangerous.
And it's great to come to I've never been to Tuncurry and Forster. It is interesting. It's two little towns joined by a big bridge. Yeah. Anyway, good times. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.